Hello and welcome back to the UU Leadership Institute. Love reaches out. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, everybody.
We are talking today about websites and social media and their role in effective outreach and showing who you are and what you do and why it matters to the world. We are going to work in this session to help you understand what a high impact online presence does for you and your community and Unitarian Universalism, and also to give you some ideas and tools to strengthen your online presence and engagement.
So a key to having a great online presence is, of course, to understand your users and your audience. Are you noticing a theme here in our videos? Empathy, understanding different perspectives as the foundation for the work that you do. So if you've been following along and doing the homework up to this point, you've got some great personas of folks in new audiences that you want to reach out to. And those are great. Hold those. We're going to use those. But before we talk exactly about how to use those personas in creating your online presence, we want to make sure that we're paying attention to the broader community of users that you have. So good web design, you don't notice it. Bad web design gets in your way. Bad social media sticks out like a sore thumb. Good social media is delightful and just makes you want to naturally share it. Obviously, we're going for the latter here.
Yes.
So to get there, you have to be really conscious of what people need and why they're accessing your information. So for websites, for example, one group of folks who are going to use your website is active members of your congregation or other participants if they're not members. Now, those folks are folks who are going to be motivated to find exactly the link that they want, the page that they want. They're probably following a link from a Facebook post or the email newsletter. So, for web design, it's important to make sure that information is easy for them to access. So you're driving up your hits and you're making the site feel alive because people are using it. But it may be less important to have your front page speak to your active members of the congregation because they're going to be motivated to get what they're looking for. You just want to make sure that it's findable for them.
Yes.
For non-participants, right, for folks who are looking you up on the web, there are going to be some who have very specific needs. Now, typically those are around space rentals, they're around weddings and child dedications and memorial services. And so making sure that information is easily accessible on your social, that's not necessarily something you'll tweet about all the time, although maybe, but certainly on your website, making sure those folks aren't trying to, push through the weeds to find exactly what they want is going to be important for making sure they have a good experience and might want to engage more with your congregation. Certainly, folks who are allies in the community and partners, interfaith partners, secular partners are going to watch what you do in public online, your websites and your social media feeds. So you want to make sure that those are representing your values well, that if they don't know you and maybe they hear about you, that when they look you up, they find they like what they see. Which also, of course, goes for folks in the news media. If they like something that you're doing, the first thing they're going to do is look up your website. But I think the group that we're going to spend the most time talking about today is prospective participants, folks who are interested in the work that you're doing in your congregation, the opportunities that you have, and want to, and so are coming to your online presence open to engagement. And so your task is then to succeed in engaging them in one or two steps into the ministry of your congregation.
And I'll add, with social media, it's not just them coming to our online presence, but our online presence coming to them, because our reach is extended through all of our networks, our friends, our likers, etc., and those friends of friends on social media.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So social media and websites serve different roles, and we're going to talk through a little bit of that. But if you think of websites as your front door, social media might be the lobby. That's an analogy from our colleague Peter Bowden. But there's more going on in social media, right? It's interactional. It's social. If it feels as passive as most websites feel, you're probably not succeeding at it. So we want to differentiate what needs to go where and how to make them each successful. But your prospective participants are where you're going to be putting those personas to work. And you're going to be thinking about what kind of content is really motivating and attractive and shareable for the folks who you want to get involved in the ministry of your congregation. So while that's a big challenge and requires some different skills, hopefully we will make it as feasible as possible for you here and give you some ideas about how to proceed.